Hey guys, it's Jaleesa and Ciante with Fierce, Faithful, Fabulous.
Why settle for less when you know you're a queen? Undeniably capable, yeah. Audacious to believe in yourself, yeah. Bold and confident and so ambitious. Fierce, faithful, and you know you're fabulous. You're one of a kind. Don't let nobody tell you any different. And you're so divine. You made in His image, don't you ever forget it. So I settle for less when you know you're a queen.
So, what season do you feel like God has had you in past couple months?
I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy, because partially I don't believe it's God. I think I'm in the season because I've been putting stuff off.
You don't believe in God?
I don't believe it's God.
Oh, it's like, oh Lord,
I don't
we are saved.
She help her hear it, Lord, because she know I ain't said nothing like that. The season I'm in, I think it's just partially me. Like, God has me in this position to get me together. Because He's done, what more can the Lord do? Ideas and ideas and ideas. I am recognizing how fearful I've been. Like, and it's just funny how we were talking about this, but fear has been something that I've struggled with my whole life. Like, being afraid to really, like, step out into stuff. And I'm recognizing it more in this past year, actually. And then when you do step into something and they're like, get down. Psych, got it. Go on, enjoy your little life. Then it's just like, oh shoot, and it's back. I feel like I'm in a season of, for real, like, pruning, and like that post about being in a cocoon. A cocoon that made so much sense, because I feel like God is getting me to an area of, like, seclusion, not from people or stuff like that, but just from regular life.
Yeah.
And where He's like, I want you to myself, because it's time for this stuff to break off of you. Like, it's time to be done. Good. And it's been trying. Like, it's been trying, especially probably April, May. Like, I think this is the first time I ever really battled depression and anxiety. And for me, I think not even on purpose, dealing with that in my mind, that was just a form of weakness. Like, you know, you talk yourself out of that, you trust God, you go on, like, you have no reason to be depressed.
Or like you don't trust God because you feel that way.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. You trust God to get out of that, because that's a weakness. And then, like, knowing people have dealt with it opened my mind to it more, but that wasn't something that I deal with. Like, I don't get depressed. I don't feel anxiety. That's just, like I said, that's weakness. That's showing a lack of trust in God, and you trust God. I think faith is like a gift that I have, to be able to remain hopeful, to be able to remain in faith, to trust God, you know, that the Cavaliers are going to win, even though it's 3 to, you know, sometimes you get let down. But holding on to the end, to the fat lady thing, that's my thing. So dealing with that, whatever
Curry.
we won't talk about.
Curry for the win.
I'm alright with Curry because of Aisha, but I don't care for nothing about that other boy. But anyway, I think that's what led to, you know, dealing with those issues this time, is because it's like, man, I've been through this before. I thought I was coming out, like, not being in this same, like, struggle situation with life. And I don't want to make light of dealing with depression or anxiety, because it's serious. And you need God, and you need whatever other type of help you feel you need, whether counseling, medicine, whatever. I'm all for people getting the help and letting God help them through whatever that help is. But for me, it was just like, all of a sudden, I feel like God just broke that off of me, where I feel hopeful again.
Yeah.
Where I feel like, no, Ciante, you can't just stay here in this place.
He's not gonna leave.
Yeah, and God has been so faithful to me with that my entire life, to where when I'm ready to give up, He never lets me throw in the towel. He never lets me give up. He'll give me a couple months, whatever I need to deal with my feelings, feel my feelings, express my feelings, mope a little bit, be down a little bit, and actually have. I really think I was dealing with anxiety for a little bit. But he never leaves me in that place. That I just can't quit or give up, because when I start to think about it, I get excited, because it was just like all of a sudden, like, nah, you can't stand this, because you can stand this and be in this situation and nothing change, or you can choose to dive into God, to trust him and to see him work. And y'all, I'm telling y'all, I've been saved, and I've said this time and time again, but my whole life, at least since I was like 4 years old, that's the first time I remember giving my heart to God. And I just turned 31. Woo-hoo. And it's still like I'm learning every day, like, to trust God, to walk this out, to depend on him, to lean on him. And I still don't have this all together. Yeah. And it's a process every day. But listen, 31, we getting past this phase. 31 is gonna be like on fire. Right. Joyce Myers, living the God life. Like, I used to have it, blah blah blah. I'm using this year 31 to, like, let God do it fully, to hold nothing back from him anymore, to give him those deep, dark places. Because y'all, I feel like I've been in this struggle mode long enough. And God is, like, constantly faithful. He's so good. He keeps dropping ideas for things. And, like, Tiante, this book and this creation and this like thing for Audacious and this blog idea and all these things, and I haven't been walking it out, and I'll start and I'll stop, and consistency has been such an issue. And I think I talked about that in a video before, but I'm just tired of it. And this is not God has me in this season. I believe he has me in this place, but my lack of action has me in this season. But that's what's so great about God, is that he's faithful to, like, I don't feel like he's beating me up. I feel like he's loving me through this. Y'all better serve him.
There comes a time, I believe, in everybody's life where God is going to continuously, like, you know, it's going to continuously show up for you. But there comes a time in everybody's life where it's like, when are you going to meet him halfway?
He done everything.
When are you going to actually, you know, start walking? I remember when Cameron was a baby, and, you know, being a single mom, like, kids in car seats, y'all, they're heavy, and my little chunk, he was big. And so I remember I used to always, he didn't want to, because a lot of babies, they usually don't want to when you carry them so often, but he didn't want to walk. But I would always hold his hand, and we would be walking into places, because listen, I wasn't carrying a car seat. And I used to always do that, and I would hold his hand to walk, and I would hold his hand to walk, and I would hold his hand to walk, until it got to the time where I was like, you know, I didn't have to hold his hand. And it came down to, okay, stand up and start walking. You know, he'll take a couple steps, but you know kids will, like, you know, you'll set them up and they'll be like, wait. Right. And then they'll sit back down, and then you'll stand right back up, and they'll be like, nah. And then, you know, then eventually they'll start taking those steps, because it comes down to them. Like, when they're ready to start taking those steps and start walking by themselves. And God is the same thing. God is going to hold your hand until the point of him knowing your maturity, whether we know it or not. But God knows, you know, when you're mature enough to start walking on your own and start doing these things on your own. Not saying that he's ever going to leave. You don't just, you know, let your baby start walking, you just walk off. Like, God is always
real quick,
right. Like, now that you can take a couple steps. No, God is always going to be right there next to you as you're walking. And now, instead of, like, him helping you walk, he's just going to be walking with you, and he's going to be, like, helping in that area. So that's really, really good,
because it's just at a certain point we have to stop saying, oh, I'm waiting on God, and be real with ourselves. We are not waiting on God anymore. Like, I know me and you, we are not waiting on God anymore. He is waiting on us to do. And if we may be waiting on him to go to the next level and different things like that. But this level is like, I've given you everything. I've told you everything. I've given you all these ideas. Like, now, you know, fear is an issue. You know, you need to step out of it. Like, I've brought you to, you know, the place where freedom is. It's right there. You're looking at it. Yeah. Walk into it. We have to do our part. Like, we have to.
Right.
And it's just like, okay, stop complaining about it. Stop being sad about it. If you are dealing with depression, if you are dealing with anxiety, and you recognize it, if you recognize it, get the help that you need. Whatever it is that you need to do, whether you need to go to church and let God just do a supernatural healing, whether you need to go to a counselor and deal with those past issues, whether you need to take medicine, and I think still go to counseling and deal with those issues so the medicine can help the symptoms, but you can deal with the root. Like, whatever it is, whatever your issue is, if it's not depression, if it's just pure D laziness, procrastination, which is like my thing is procrastination because I start to doubt myself on things. I'm afraid to like, oh, what if this, I don't know this part, what if this sneaks up on me, all this, forget that. Jump out into it. How many times, how many years, Ciante, are we gonna keep talking about just do it until I do it, y'all? I'm trying to get me together because God's like, I did my part. Now you have to do something. And so if you're in that season like us, where it's time, it's time to step out, don't let stuff hold you back anymore. Like, we've said this before, there are souls waiting. There are destinies waiting. There are businesses and other people's dreams waiting. If you don't do your part, don't get me wrong, God's will is still going to be done for people, but we are delaying people because there's certain things that we know we're supposed to be doing. God told us to do, and nothing is going to move until we do that. And it's the same for you. If you're not doing, like, don't just sit around and keep complaining about what God is doing. And I can tell y'all this because I've done this. That part of my life is over now. I'm 31. Everything's brand new. Everything's new. Yes. But I can tell you, like, stop being lazy. Yeah. Just stop. Stop procrastinating. Stop being fearful. Stop being scared. Stop letting your past tear you down. Stop worried about people's opinions. Stop it all. Because maybe I'm waiting on something for you to do. Maybe you're waiting on me to do something. Yeah. We don't have time for it. Like, the world, y'all,
kind of like
they need us.
Yesterday my son had a baseball game, and they're alright. It's their first season, so we can brush this season off. But it was really funny because they were losing by like a lot. It was like
15. It was at 15.
Oh, it was like 15-0. And there was this little boy, he hit the ball, and it was just the funniest thing because he went from base to base to base, and the ball was like real close, like, and it just so happened,
like, stay there.
It just so happened that like they just happened to drop the ball, but it didn't, like, he didn't check to see. He didn't see if they're gonna catch it. He was like, listen, I'm gonna make it to home base.
We gonna get one.
I don't care. I don't care if they gonna catch it. I don't care if they they right next to me. We're gonna run this, and they either gonna get me out or I'm gonna make it home. What's his mindset? And he went for it no matter what. Nothing distracted him. He should have been listening to the coaches, but he was like, no.
They were down 15-0. This is what we were talking about. Like, they were already down 15-0.
Right.
Him going for it and getting out wasn't gonna change that 0.
Right.
But going for it and getting them one, like, he had nothing to lose. And really, at this point, it's like what I was saying. You can be stuck where you are and just continue to be stuck there, or you can try and go for it, because what do you have to lose? Because you're not happy where you are.
What's on the other side of actually going for it. And so what? Say you went for it and then you failed and you got out. Like, say that happened. Okay, brush that off. What did I learn? Let's keep it going. So how can I do this different? Right.
I just watched Sing last night for the first time. That's so good. Oh my gosh. Anyway, the Buster Moon, the little koala bear. The elephant, Tori Kelly, she's cold. She was scared to sing. And he was like, you're scared until you start doing it. He said, once you sing, you're going to love it and the fear will go away. And if that thing didn't minister to me, you're scared up until you do it.
Right.
Will Smith said the same thing when he was going to jump out of a plane. He said he was terrified standing at the edge of the plane. But once he did it, he said that it was this overwhelming moment of peace and all these things, that he looking around seeing all this beauty. He said, but while he was waiting to do it, he was terrified. But when he actually did it, he wasn't. It's the same with any part of life. Of course you're going to be afraid before you do it, because it's like, I don't know the risk, blah, blah, blah. But once you actually get out there and you're doing it, you're not worried about fear. You're worried about, okay, what's my next thing? This is how I do this. And so we spend so much time thinking about it and fearing it that we never step into it and realize that we really have nothing to be afraid of. Because when we're trusting God, like, you don't have anything to fear. You really don't. And when that fear does come, it's like, I'm trusting God for this. I might as well trust Him for this too. He done got me through this. You are here today. Whatever today is, 2017. You are here. You've been through things before, and God brought you through it. He brought you out. You've made it through everything you've ever faced. It might have been hard. You might have spider bite scars.
Did you die though?
Right.
Did
But
you
did
die
you die? You didn't. And you're not going to die now. Just keep walking with him. Keep going. You don't have to die with everything inside of you.
Right.
You don't have to die unfulfilled and unpoured out, living this life that you just kept everything. You greedy, selfish sucker. Stop it. I'm looking at me. But if the shoe fits,
right,
don't do it. Like, don't live your life having experienced even the hardships, the things that you experienced, and then keep that to yourself. You made it out. It's a man behind you who they're going through that, and they don't know that they can make it out because you choose not to talk about it. You choose not to go forward with it. Y'all, we cannot be selfish.
Right.
It is selfish. Yes, it's so many people who need it. He doesn't allow us to go through things just for the fun of it. He's trying to get some use out of that. Like, he's trying to get some glory out of it.
Right.
So don't keep it to yourself, and don't let it beat you down and weigh you down. No. Let God use you, because it's millions of people in the world, and they need what you have.
Right. So the moral of Ciante's season is that she's learning that fear has held her down way too long.
Too long. It's
and
old now.
God has done his thing,
tired.
and so now it's time for her to do her thing. And we just want to encourage you guys that, listen, it's not, I think it was April, she had posted this. She said, you create the opportunities in your life. They don't just happen. They don't just come to you. So we encourage you guys to just step out, start creating those opportunities for yourself, and go for it.
Yes, go for it. Yes. For real.
Yes. So we're out.
You know you're a queen. You're better than that, beautiful and unique. Open up your eyes, baby, know and believe. You were meant to shine supernaturally.